Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I did get a chance to own and use the Galaxy Z Fold phone extensively, and being a lifetime iPhone user, I did spend enough quality time to experience Android and the foldable screen to its fullest. Plus, Samsung's recent jab at Apple asking for what's the hold on the Fold got me thinking, is this the inevitable future of smartphones? And if it is, then is it the right time to jump ship and buy one? First, let me tell you everything I liked about this phone before getting into the things which I didn't like. Starting off with, this phone is very well built. It is a premium phone and it confirms that it is expensive every time you touch it. And because of the thin aspect ratio of this phone, it feels very comfy to hold it in one hand and use it when it is in this folded mode. And then when you turn on the screen, it is very bright, very responsive, and feels amazing to use. The 120Hz buttery smoothness is strongly evident every time you navigate the phone. I did find myself using the screen the most because of how comfy one-handed use is. Samsung does make amazing displays for smartphones, and they really deserve credit here. Next, the folding mechanism. For some reason, it feels very satisfying every time you do it, and this really is a showstopper as well. All my friends were amazed at this phone and they wanted to have a go at folding and unfolding it. And despite what Samsung says in its adverts, this phone is not really that common. In fact, my entire friend circle and colleagues, I'm the only one who has a folding phone. So yeah, I had a chance to stand out of the crowd. First it was with the OG iPhone, then it was with the OG Apple Watch, and now it is the folding smartphone. Actually, colleagues from different departments heard about this and they wanted to check out the folding phone as well. Next, after unfolding, again I love the way the display is bright, vivid, 120Hz super smooth refresh rate. It almost feels like having a smartphone and an iPad mini in just one device. Almost. The internal display, I enjoyed watching content on it, more YouTube videos, and then the occasional movie or two. I also loved using true multitasking. It's like having two phone screens stuck together and perfectly taking advantage of that side-by-side display for apps. I also love the stand mode, especially on the go, where you don't have access to a dock to prop up your phone and watch content. I especially love it when apps support this stand mode, like YouTube, where I can watch video on the top half and then browse comments below. I also love the under-display pixelated camera. Not the quality of the images it takes, but the way it almost disappears from sight when viewing content. I mean, it's still very much present, but given a choice between this, a notch, hole punch, and pill-shaped cutout, I'd choose the hidden pixelated option 10 times out of 10. And then that crease, again, very much present, but when it's invisible, it makes this entire thing look amazing when watching content. Then I love how you can use the main camera to take selfies. If you seriously think about this really is the best selfie camera available on any phone, period. Using the main lenses to snap a cool selfie pic is only possible using this foldable phone format. So far, that's everything I could think of that I've really enjoyed about the phone. Now let's get to the things which I didn't like about it. See, like how I mentioned, it was a showstopper. But after everyone has unfolded and checked everything else in a bit more detail, no one liked that visible crease on the screen, and absolutely no one was okay with £1,500 price tag, including people who own top-end smartphones like the 14 Pro Max and Galaxy Ultra phones. Durability and not getting top specs even after paying top price was the biggest reason given. Now about my experience using this phone, whenever I used the front screen, every time it reminded me that I was stuck with a downgrade rather than an upgrade. Because of how narrow it is, everything felt squished together. The on-screen keyboard is absolutely horrible to use, and despite spending so many months with this phone, I still didn't get adjusted to it. Then that folding mechanism. Considering everything, I'm really concerned about the durability of this. Plus that it's only water resistant and not dust resistant. This makes me be extra cautious when using this phone. Next, the internal display. The crease is very much noticeable, and yes, it does get hidden in a few situations, but when it's present, it's much more interfering than a notch or a hole punch or a pill-shaped cutout. And apps not being optimized is also a big issue as well. I mean, you can fill in the screen, but it cuts off content, and when you use normal size, then the app sticks in the middle of the screen, and that makes it look even horrible. Then the sheer bulk of it. Not the weight, because weight-wise, well, the iPhone Pro Max is almost as heavy as this phone, but it's the bulk which cannot be ignored, as it's basically two phones stuck together. So carrying this in jeans pockets is, well, very uncomfortable and a bit awkward. Then the battery life. To power two screens with super high refresh rate, this phone churns through battery like it's a bag full of tasteful popcorn. For moderate use, it'll barely get you through the day, and even the standby is horrible on this phone. And don't even think of turning always on, as you will not even get through a day with moderate usage. So you see, keeping aside that super cool fact that you have a screen that folds in your hand, this phone is really not for everyone. And I don't think this will be the future as well. I mean, there might be a set of people who would benefit with this bigger screen, which is also portable, but that niche is quite small. On top of my head, I could probably think about real estate agents who want a bigger screen where they can get documents signed on the go, or maybe professors where they are looking at content or browsing their study material. They might probably take advantage of the screen, but for an average user, I don't see a point in paying this much extra and putting up with these compromises. For me, what is the main reason why I would consider a folding phone over a normal phone? That would be to do away with my iPad and just have one device that serves me both the requirements. And honestly, this is not going to be an iPad replacement for me anytime sooner, not even by adding the stylus. And I'm glad Apple is not in a rush to jump ship onto foldable phones, as Apple always holds off until technology is ripe rather than giving us half-baked solutions. But let's say technology has caught up. So you have no crease because they managed to fold the screen like this instead of this way. They made the aspect ratio wider and the entire device thinner, but improved the battery life plus the quality of the under-screen display camera. And after all that, if Apple launched a foldable phone, would I buy it? Well, I can't answer that yet, but I will test the heck out of it on my channel for sure. But for now, this is not for everyone. Unless you absolutely feel that carrying a bigger screen in your pocket is going to benefit you despite all of these compromises, then don't rush to the store and buy one. A standard bar phone still is very much ideal, and you might even have enough money left over to spend on an iPad instead of buying a foldable. So that's my take on the foldables, guys. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and if you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing to my channel so I can keep making these videos for you. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.